Hello everyone, welcome to Melissa's Musing. It is Wednesday, happy hump day. You guys know I'm a real estate agent here in San Diego and can help answer questions and support nationwide. So if you are thinking of investing or purchasing or selling in real estate, you get to hit me up and we get to connect. But today's conversation is not about that. It is about the entrepreneurial grind and the life and some of the struggles that come along with that. I've got Boots here supporting me with Snuggles. But, you know, I'm going to get real with you guys this week. So we have experienced some challenges this year. You guys have heard about some of them because I do these musings and I'm really open and upfront with you guys about everything happening in our life. And, you know, since the start of the year, there are some things that have happened that yesterday I was in total breakdown. I did not come live and I didn't do a musing because I wasn't in a good mental space. I was in a total victim conversation around what has happened since the beginning of the year. And it's been a bunch of things. You know, it's not just one. Our tax lawyer who we trusted and, you know, relied on and were supported by is now in court and likely going to prison. So that's not ideal. Hold on, Boots is chewing wires. Come on, Booties, come here. Join the musing. None of that. So that happened. Then we had gotten very, what's the word I'm looking for? Taken advantage of by a different lawyer. We just had some things happen with taxes that were really unexpected. We've had a few of our clients really have unexpected and unforeseen circumstances come up that have stopped them from closing on a house. So we've lost, over $100,000 worth of business within like a week or two of closing since the beginning of the year. So a lot of tough pills to swallow. And yesterday being tax day, I wrote our checks to taxes and hold on, I'm sorry. Booties, you are being quite naughty. You get to stay here or get out of the room. Sorry guys, this is like my child over here. He's just being naughty. He wants chicken and therefore is chewing the wires underneath my desk to try and get it. Hi, I see you. You'll get chicken in a little bit. Okay, so as I'm writing the checks to the, California government, the federal government, I'm in a victim conversation around the fact that, you know, our healthcare laws changed and there's a lot of unforeseen tax expenses that we had come up, and that's life, right? That's like that's the definition of entrepreneurial life. And I had this whole conversation with myself around like, I was like, everybody's getting a piece of the pie but us. Sometimes in this stage of a business, it just seems like everybody else is getting, you know, their pay, and you as an entrepreneur may not be doing as well as you financially hoped at this point. But with that journey comes a true love of the end result and the end product. And really that's what I am allowing this space that we're in right now to kind of teach me. And I think that for certain, since the beginning of the year, John and I have been challenged purposefully to make sure that we have the motivation and the gusto and the rigor and the diligence to stick this out and make it happen and crush it. But I will be honest, it has not been easy. It, at times, has been very frustrating. And yesterday I was having one of those days. And I was graceful with myself. I allowed myself to feel the things. I was crying as I put like multiple checks in the mailbox. I was a little bit weepy. I was like, bye all that money that we spent so long working for. But it really had me think about like what, you know, it had me reflecting on what was coming up. And I had this awesome conversation with my sister, shout out to Christina, and she gave me some amazing advice. She had called me for advice prior earlier in the day, and I was coming out of a meeting and I was just feeling particularly discouraged. I was actually on my way to the post office with the checks for taxes, and we had a conversation, and she said, you know, I just went to a leadership conference recently, and they suggested putting a dot on your calendar. No notes associated, but a prominent dot on your calendar exactly 3 weeks from today. So for yesterday, it would be exactly 3 weeks from yesterday, and I put a little, you know, I put a dot on my calendar, and if you have a written calendar, you can draw in a dot, or if you have an electronic calendar, I created a calendar event with a period in it. And when that calendar event pops up for me in 3 weeks, if I know exactly what that dot is for, am still fixated on the problem, and am feeling bad about it, it's an opportunity to create drastic results. But as my sister was sharing with me, the likelihood of in 3 weeks that dot even being a significant part of my life, it's likely going to pop up in my calendar and I'm going to have forgotten all about what it was even in relation to. And how often does it happen to us? You're leaving. Sorry guys, hold on one second. All right, mister. Bye. Okay, he's been banished. Sorry, guys. Talk about a distraction. So it was so interesting to me because so often when we get ourselves into a complete breakdown, it seems like that problem in the moment is just overwhelmingly difficult and we can't, get past it and we're fixated on it. And it's because we're in that moment that it's so prominent. But 3 weeks from now, the chances are that so much is going to change over the next 3 weeks that it's probably not even going to be a concern. In 3 weeks, John and I could have closed 3-4 more deals. We don't even know what's possible. So in the spirit of that, it really had me thinking, what's possible as entrepreneurs? And when we're stepping into that conversation, it allows us to step away from fixating on what's not working. So it had me really thinking about what's working in our business, what's been super inspiring to me about our business, what has, been totally... From all that has happened to us since the beginning of the year, we have learned so many lessons. So it has absolutely been worth it. Would I have intentionally wanted to pay all that money to learn those lessons? Ideally not. But it's part of the journey. It's part of what we deal with as entrepreneurs. So I know that there's a lot of entrepreneurs that run in my circles, and oftentimes because I do these musings, I get the feedback like, oh, you always have everything all together. Like you're so on top of things. I love that that's what your experience is of me. It may not be yours in particular, but that's some of the feedback that I get. But I really want to keep these real in the respect that I have breakdowns. Running your own business is not easy. I love supporting other entrepreneurs and sharing this part of my struggle because of how impactful it can be for other entrepreneurs. When John and I go through really hard struggle times in our business and in our life, what I do is I reach out to the people that I look up to and I ask them how they started their business. It was not long ago that John and I were going through a really difficult time, probably 2 years ago in our business. And as we were thinking about what we wanted to do, whether or not we were going to quit, whether or not we were going to continue, really what the next step of the journey was going to be, it was so amazing to have the perspective of so many people who had traveled this journey before us to rely on. And there was a period of time where I literally went around, and no matter who the person was, if they were in some sort of management or ownership or CEO or entrepreneurial role, I was like, how did you start your business? Was it a struggle? And can you share the story with me? I even asked my dentist. Literally, he was cleaning my teeth, telling me the story of how he started his business and how even 10 years in, he likes to be the first one at the office and the last one out the door because that's his definition of leadership. And that stuff inspires me. So that's truly what my intention of the Melissa's Musings is, and really coming to you guys and being as real as I possibly can be. Because while I love that your experience of me as being super on top of things and motivated and all these things, which I am 100%, I'm awesome. I'm just not kidding. I am awesome. I am fabulous and a force in this world. But I want you guys to know that it is very real that I often, experience my own breakdowns. But what is always available to me is the opportunity that comes from that breakdown, the breakthrough that is available to me. So, love you guys. Alex, we have to remind ourselves we are human and having the experience. Yes. And we're all in this together too. I feel like it's really common as entrepreneurs to feel totally alone, to feel unsupported. And the best way to really connect and to know that you're not in it alone is to connect with other entrepreneurs. Just talk to people, see what's coming up for them, see what their experiences are, see how they got to where they are today. And that's the power of your sphere and really having the people around you being able to help you level up. So love you guys. Hope you're having an amazing Wednesday. It is a beautiful day in San Diego. Check out that blue sky, yo. Love you.